Welcome back to the channel. This is week 9 of the garden, and today happens to be the summer solstice. So for us here in the northern hemisphere, daylight's going to start getting shorter, unfortunately. And I like the longer daylight, but I like the cool weather too. So it kind of goes both ways. Okay, let's see what we got here. So we got definitely some turnips to pull. You gonna pull some? Some nice ones.
I pull one?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
There we go. That's okay. You can put them in. We still got some in here. Got lots of carrots. We're gonna need to unbury our celery. We're gonna need to get our celery some space here. Get these carrots. And our pink celery is doing awesome. And this one's starting to go. So we'll get some of those. Now to our peas, which have finally flowered a whole bunch. And we're now getting pods. I don't see any that are really full. We have a lot of them coming now. I'm going to spray. So here is cabbages. They're still getting eaten. So we have our spray. It's Captain Jack's Deadbug Brew. So last week we put down the Sluggo Plus pellets, but this is an organically listed spray that we can use to help control the caterpillars and worms and things that get on the leaves. So I use both of them when I need to. And I am putting more than I usually would on because it's the first time I've put it on for the season. There's starting to be grasshoppers. And over here, again, potatoes. I haven't pulled any, but the plants are looking really nice and they're starting to flower on this side. So I'll just let them keep going. Here again, lots of holes. I'll get some spray on that. And then the Chinese cabbage is on the back side here with the beets and the carrots. You can see these ones are starting to kind of form a head because they have a little bit more space and they're starting to look pretty nice. So I can start taking some of these that are looking really nice and get more space for some of these other ones that are stretching and trying to flower that are back here. On this side is the tomatoes. This is the other bed, and I've got this plant, which it's a San Marzano, and it has some tomatoes coming, so we should have some fresh red tomatoes here coming on. I'm gonna clip this one up because it keeps getting taller, and I want to take off the suckers that are growing here. Just pinch them off. So just need the one plant to keep producing for me. My other ones are not quite so tall, but they don't need to be. Unfortunately, over here I have seen these leaves are starting to curl, and I'm not sure if it's because it's dry, and the ground on this side I've noticed is dry, so I'm going to water it pretty good. That could be one reason, but I'll have to investigate that a little bit more. And then all of our dill, of course, is kind of getting crazy, but got lots of nice dill. The radish has flowered, and so have the bok choy, but I've got my squash plants here that are needing food, so I'm going to put some compost just all around the ground here, because these plants are looking a little bit yellow. Might need a little bit of food to get going, and it doesn't hurt to just put some more compost around and they will use what they need. So put more of that down for them, and hopefully they start looking a little bit better. The other side is the onions that are growing, and then the choy sum plants have started to go to flower, but my broccolis are looking really nice. We'll have some nice broccolis to pick this week. Onto the kids' garden. We have just our plants that we've had the last few weeks. Not much has changed over here, which is good. The bean plants are getting big. The pumpkin back there is looking nice. The bean plants are looking good. Our flower. Then here we have another pumpkin. We have a watermelon. All of our cucumbers are looking good, and they probably will need to be trellised here soon to get tall. And then we have our pepper plants, and they're just kind of here. We've got one little pepper coming along. The other ones haven't done too much, but they're looking all right. And all of our other plants, our zucchini, watermelons, more melons, cantaloupe and things. And then that one is a seed that we planted. It'll be a watermelon, and hopefully it'll have enough time to get big too. So all in all, the raised beds are doing good, and we have a lot of good stuff here. So out in front, we have our corn and potatoes again. And this is, again, our new bed that we just started this year. And it has been a lot more work. We've been out here a lot more this spring and summer trying to pull weeds, because you can see there's a lot of them. And trying to keep things watered. It's just it takes a lot more time to get this bed, or this garden area going and keeping it going. But we don't have rows of corn and potatoes and things in the back either, so kind of Kind of has its trade-offs, I guess. But everything is looking really good up here. We've got pumpkins that are coming up really nice, and all of our corn rows are coming up. We have a little bit of an ant problem, we've realized. There's some ants around here that are giving us trouble, but otherwise everything's been doing really nice up here. These little plants here are some buckwheat that we just planted here in the corner. And all of our pumpkins are coming up from seed. And that's the garden for this week. So we just had a storm, and there was lots of wind, hail, driving rain. It was pretty crazy, and so I came out to see what the garden looks like, and you can see it's blew over and knocked down some of our plants. This is buckwheat, and it snapped some of them in half. The corn, some of it is laid over, you can see, and the potatoes are all blown over. The buckwheat looks like it got hit the hardest. Snapped some of them, but some of them are just laid over. And they should stand up, I think, once it gets a little bit nicer again. But the ones that are broken we'll probably lose. So pretty crazy here with some of the weather, but that's Mother Nature for you. Thanks for watching.